Avatar The Last Airbender episodes 18 and 19, I believe. I could be wrong. It will be in the title of the video. Basically, this is the season 1 finale. I'm reviewing these together because I like to review two-parters together. Even though this one's a little bit difficult because it is... While they do tie into each other very strongly, there's so much to break down that it's almost like I'm probably going to miss something. And that's really the hard part about talking about TV shows and just this show in particular. There's always a lot of things here in this show. Subtleties, animation, voice acting. In this episode, I do really want to shout out Mako's performance as Iroh. Just incredible. But yeah, we'll get into that. So basically, this episode, Admiral Zhao is finally at the Fire Nation, or not the Fire Nation, the Water Tribe. And he is ready to conquer it. And this is the first real, not really the first real mention, but first real understanding we have of Ba Sing Se, what happened with Iroh. We get a lot of hints, but it's very clear that Iroh lost a son. He says that he feels that Zuko is his own son, which is a very beautiful moment. Zuko goes out on his own to hunt Aang, while the rest of the Water Tribe prepares for war. And Sokka is in charge of helping on this mission, which is smart because Sokka has, encountered the enemy, the Fire Nation, multiple times. And but then after learning that Princess Yui's, betrothed, we'll just say that, her future husband is one of the people who's leading the mission. Sokka ends up getting a fight, gets pulled off the mission, thinks that he's in trouble, but instead her father actually asks her to protect his daughter. And Sokka and this character are so cute. It's really sad. It's really not fair to Sokka, but you understand why what happens. And yeah, so Aang at the end of this episode goes to get in contact with the spirit world, and because they're looking for the moon spirit, which is now part of the mortal realm, they're not really sure where they're at, and they need the spirits to help them win this fight because Aang's just a kid. He can't really do this. And that's really the unfortunate thing that you really see with Aang. Like, they're literally looking at Aang like, you gotta do this, you're the Avatar. And he's like, bitch, I'm just a kid. What the fuck do you want me to do? I'm paraphrasing, but like, shit. Why are you putting so much on a kid? He's like 12. Yeah, he's an Avatar, but goddamn, poor kid. I can barely handle the stress of my math homework back in high school, and Aang is literally stressing the balance of the world. Goddamn. But, so Zuko's speech after he kidnaps Aang is really beautiful, where he's talking about how, we get the first hints of his sister Azula, which we actually see at the end of the episode. A very big cliffhanger for season 2, but just that moment where Zuko talks about how his father says his sister was born lucky, he was lucky to be born. Just a disgusting thing to say to someone. And Zuko just can't let go of things, and it's just painful, and you understand why he's doing this. And that moment where, once again, they save Zuko again. I mean, Aang saved him in the Blue Spirit episode. He's saving him now. And it's just like, there's something about, it's very clear that these characters belong in this story somehow together. And you're not really sure what that is till we get to season 3, but that's just such a beautiful thing. And yeah, so when we've seen the spirit realm and seen the face-stealing spirit. What a creepy character that's so well designed and just eerie. Fucking amazing. And just great stuff. But Aang, finally learns the name of the moon spirit, but they were too late. Zhao actually murders one of the moon spirits, but the one, Yue, remembers that she has life because of the moon spirit. She transfers her life to the moon spirit to get it to live so she can restore balance. And that was just sad. And just wow. And in the end, Aang turns into a big giant spirit boss, takes down them, which is that design of that spirit is great and so well done. And he takes down that spirit, and or takes down the Fire Nation, they leave, and most of the people in this tribe leave to go rebuild the Fire Nation, or not Fire Nation, the Water Tribe that Katara and Sokka came from. Was it Southern Water Tribe or Northern? I forget. Either one, it doesn't really matter. They go and rebuild it, and which is kind of a beautiful thing. And at the end of the day, now that, and that's probably a smart thing too, because they won't know where they're going, because Fire Nation was just here. You know, you don't want to stay where the Fire Nation is. But Aang and Sokka and Katara all continue on their journey, and we don't really have any hints to where Zuko and Iroh are going, because now they're considered severe traitors. So we don't really know where any of that's going. And Admiral Zhao dies only because he's too hubris to save let another person save him, which is kind of interesting, because you know Zuko is a lot like Aang. He is a selfless character. He may not appear on front value. He tries not to help people, but at the end of the day, he offered to save someone who is his mortal enemy, who just threatened to kill him. And, you know, that is something Aang would do. It's all kind of interesting. Just a really great episode. So much here, so much lore we learn about, set up for the future, and a great way to set all this up. And if you're wondering why I reviewed episode 17 on Sunday, and then now I'm posting this on Tuesday, I do now review Avatar: Last Airbender on Tuesday, but I'm uploading this today, and that video on Sunday, because basically this is the last week of October. My plan, well, this is actually Monday at the time I'm uploading this, but basically my plan is to be done with Avatar: Last Airbender Season 1 going into the month of November, because, you know, it's a new month. Why not go into a new season in a new month, if that makes sense? So, that's my plan. You guys can let me know your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe.